Guys, I want to hear her. Go ahead. What do I have to say? Just the question, please. No speech. What is the question?
What do you have to say to the trans students on this campus who feel actively victimized by your presence here?
Life's tough. Get a helmet, man. I'm too pregnant for this.
What is good, YouTube family? It's your boy Shao with the Black Anomaly Rising channel. Today, I'm going to be reacting to this video from Candace Owens, where essentially she's schooling literal people in school, college kids. They're in school to learn, but as we all know, if you're watching this channel, for the most part, these are just indoctrination centers. They're basically programming little soldiers, right? Little soldiers to go and continue on this liberal, super duper socialistic, communistic type path. And I was one of those people at one point in time. Candace Owens was one of those people at one point in time. But we've leveled up. We've taken our knowledge to another level. Now, I don't necessarily agree with Candace on everything, but still, I agree with her on a lot of the stuff. So we're going to see exactly what she has to say, how she dismantles these arguments. Stay tuned. Let's get it.
I am 8 months pregnant, having to sit into this room and to deal with people, not people who are going out knowing if they don't have enough fuel to get home, going out knowing if they're going to die for their country, but people that think it's an act of bravery to have to listen to a conservative speak. Oh my God, I feel so sad for these people. How am I going to be able to sit here and listen to a conservative speak? It always makes me angry, actually, when I see the individuals, the adults, the young adults that we are producing today, because I think about that. I think about the past, which is so recent, really, in our American history, our very short American history. And then I compare them to these individuals who I speak in front of, and then they get the courage to ask me a question, and they stand up and they try to have what they believe is their Martin Luther King moment. They're going to say something strong and assertive to Candace Owens. It's going to be an I have a dream speech. It happens over and over again. Well, yesterday I visited a campus up in Albany, New York, and as was to be expected, I had a very short fuse with these children because I'm not here to raise you. I don't know why you turned out this way. I don't know why you think that it's an act of bravery to ask a conservative a question or to insult a conservative. But I was required to answer these individuals for about 30 minutes, and it was just incredible how many people from the queer community had something to say to me.
How did I know?
Take this young woman
How did
as
I know
an
it's
example.
the queer community?
Take a listen.
How did I know?
What do you have to say to the trans students on this campus who actively feel victimized by your presence here today? Additionally, you just pointed out that this man detransitioned, but earlier in your speech...
Guys, I want to hear her. Go ahead. What do I have to say? Just the question, please. No speech. What is the question?
What do you have to say to the trans students on this campus who feel actively victimized by your presence here?
Life's tough. Get a helmet, man. I'm too pregnant for this. Next question.
Yo, wait a minute. I didn't know she was going to pop off like that. She said, we're actively victimized by your presence. How? Candace Owens with the clap back. I'm so upset that I never saw this. I never saw this yet. Because this is like, I don't know. I feel like this is like, oh, at least a week. Okay, look, let me start this back. That caught me off guard. I thought she was gonna come up with something. I know she was just gonna come up with just like hit with the witty comeback like that, like the like double click. Come on, Candace, stop it, stop it. You victimizing them for real now. If they wasn't victimized before, they victimized now. They hurt. That hurt.
My goodness. Seriously, somebody just give out free hugs or something, and somebody give out free hugs. I can't be your mommy, okay? I'm too pregnant. I can't be your mommy.
Over and over again, I was being asked to be their mommies. They want to talk about their feelings. They don't have any facts. They just want to talk about how they feel, and they're coming to these college campuses to be coddled. That's what's going on. People are spending upwards to $60,000 per year to be coddled in their various identities and the things that they want to say. There's another example. So that girl was just victimized by my presence. What do I have to say? I'm victimized by you just being here, holding a mic and speaking. Well, this woman was much bolder in her assertion that she knew exactly who she was. Take a listen.
As a non-binary person, what do you have to tell me about my identity? Because I know for a fact I'm not confused.
Okay, next question. Great statement. That's a statement. That's a statement. Okay, you know your identity. You're not confused. Congratulations, sweetheart. Thank you very much for your statement.
What the
What was she
hell?
looking for there? What did she expect me to say? Why would I care? If she's so confident in exactly who she is, why is she snarling at me to stand?
And look, I'm gonna go ahead and keep it 1,000 with you. I mean, a person who would even feel the need to go up there like that, like, I give you an example. Like, I don't feel the need to go and try to explain to anybody who I am and try to defend my position to, like, for example, like, I'm more conservative leaning right now and I'm voting for Trump as a black man. But I don't feel the need to go and explain that to anybody. Like, I'm doing this channel really to help other people and expose people to what the Democrat Party is doing. So that's one of the reasons I'm doing this channel, so that people can kind of be more educated instead of just drinking Kool-Aid. But it's not about trying to validate my identity or anything. I mean, if anything, I'm going to be more challenged on it by having this channel rather than validated. You know what I'm saying? So it seemed like she was just going up there for a fight. Like she wanted Candace to, I guess, argue with her or something, you know, because I don't know, I feel like to a lot of people that, especially that are these kind of activist type of like, you know, LGBTQ type individuals, that's all they live for is the fight. You know, it's like if they don't have a boogeyman, then their life has no meaning or something, you know, like it's unfortunate. And I wish them all the happiness in the world, you know, but I think that there's a strong correlation that we see, at least in terms of the people that we keep seeing on all these clips over and over and over again. That's the type of people who we keep running into.
The reason that LGBTQIA plus suicide rates are so high in this country isn't just because we're part of the community. It's because there are people like you who make us feel like we don't belong. The only LGBTQ agenda we have is
Okay,
hoping
is
for
there a
equality.
question in there or a speech?
Yes.
You got to ask a question, buddy. I know
How
you
do
wrote
you-
out
how-
this out in your notes, but ask a question. Let's
How
go.
do you think other people who, with your beliefs, respond to the fact that your hateful and harmful rhetoric costs the lives of queer children every single day, on average, every 45 seconds?
Okay, so this is just going to be a pure boogeyman. You're pretending that someone committed suicide because of Candace Owens. You've got no facts here. You're just going, it's your rhetoric that's causing all of this.
So I really wish I could show you here on
This
YouTube.
is I'm gonna pause her for a second. So this is what is a classic term. I don't know if it's an official term, but I think everybody gets a general concept: emotional blackmail. So the idea is that, hey, if you question this type of lifestyle when it comes to certain things, because Candace Owens doesn't even question the lifestyle. She questions like stuff like, okay, drag queen hour, you know, trans kids, stuff like that, right? So if you question any of that, then the emotional blackmail is, oh, you're causing people to kill themselves and, you know, commit, you know, suicide and stuff like that. And to me, that is just ridiculous to put all of that on other individuals. That's like saying, well, because some racists exist out there, even though I don't think Candace Owens is transphobic or homophobic at all, but even though, let's say in this example, for the sake of the example, racists exist. They don't like black people. They get on TV, YouTube, whatever, and they talk about black people all day. They start YouTube channels and they just say stuff about black people all day. That's not gonna make me feel like, oh man, I want to go commit suicide because it makes me feel sad about being part of the black community because people keep saying negative stuff about the black community. A lot of stuff is wrong with the black community that needs addressing and fixing. That's factual. A lot of stuff is wrong with every community that needs fixing, including these are separate communities, really. LGBTQ, these are all separate communities. That's one of the problems they got right there. They're all lumped together like they're all the same. It's like, what, did everybody decide to pick the most weirdest things that people didn't accept and put them all together or something? I'm like, no, they're all different communities. I feel like the community that has the most issues, at least right now, is definitely the transgender community. And I don't think, to be honest with you, I don't think the LG community, neither one of those communities, lesbian and gay, I don't think they want nothing to do with trans community. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, because I guess this guy said he was queer or whatever. So maybe they do want to all just be lumped together, at least some of them. But I know some people in real life who are lesbian and are gay, And they're like, man, look, we ain't got nothing to do with them trans folks, okay? Because they like some of them is a little too cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, and they're not about to be lumped in together. And I just think that you can't just be blackmailing people like, hey, well, if you don't agree with everything that I agree with, then it causes suicide. Like, you can't take no personal responsibility for yourself and your thoughts and how your life is going and the decisions that you make and how you come across to people. Like, if I got on here and I started dressing and acting a certain way, like, I chose to get on YouTube and share my thoughts. So if some people come on YouTube and they want to lambast and try to bully and try to be mean, hey, I made the decision to come on here. I'm not going to blame anybody like, oh, these people are so mean to me that hurt my feelings. It is what it is. Like, you got to be tough. Her first comment was the best comment. Life is tough, get a helmet. Maybe she should have told this guy the same thing.
I know we all are aware of what happened on campus last year.
I'm not.
Great, look it up. It was just involving LGBTQ members of the community feeling unsafe with rhetoric that's being shared.
Like, if you're a biological man and someone says, hey, what's up, dude?
More of like there's students on campus that are living in communities where they don't feel safe because of rhetoric explaining that transphobia isn't accepted. So how do you think free speech impacts everybody in community?
Yeah, I mean, the idea that if somebody looks at a man and calls him a man, that they're suddenly unsafe because they've created a false reality in their own head. Yeah, I don't abide by that. I had a stalker who had suffered from schizophrenia, and he very much believed that he and I were in a relationship, and he would send me about 100 emails a day, okay?
God
in
dang.
the world of what you believe in your own head now needs to be accepted as reality, I would have had to marry him and raise my children with him. And me saying that this person needs to stay away from me and my family because there's something wrong with him, and he was threatening to kill me if I didn't, raise my child with him, that was reality. The left is trying to make it seem that people who see reality for what it is are demented and are creating unsafe territory, and that's not the truth. In fact, what I think is unsafe territory is for people to be affirmed in their delusions. They wouldn't follow you around and say, hey, you're a male, totally fine, go live your life as you want to live your life. But when you say that the way that you live your life now has to impact me and I have to pretend that I see a woman when clearly you are a man, I shouldn't have to play that game. That's all. Thank you very much.
Facts. You better stop playing with Candace, man. Like, nobody... I feel like this is the difference that I think people don't get. I don't even understand, why do people keep saying they're unsafe? What the hell does that even mean, you're unsafe? Like, who is attacking you? I mean, they're literally at an event speaking freely. Like, who's attacking you? Like, where's the camera footage of, like, y'all just being hunted down in the streets? Like, what the hell is going on? You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand what these folks are talking about. I need somebody to, like, educate me, and we can have a discussion about this, because this is just ridiculous. But essentially, I agree with everything Candace Owens is saying here. There's definitely too much coddling. It's not anybody's responsibility to make sure that you don't get depressed about how people feel and go jump off a cliff, or that you feel unsafe for some reason. I mean, for crying out loud, I'm a black man in America. If anybody should feel unsafe, then, I mean, black men aren't exactly like the most valued people on the planet Earth or anything. So anyway, y'all, look, that's about all I got for this video. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate you watching Black Anomaly Rising channel. I'm out.